On In Radio, on Apple Podcasts, and wherever you listen, I'm James Cridland, the radio futurologist. This week, broadcast radio, a data-driven ads, the future. Back in the mid-1990s, I was doing the afternoon drive shift on a radio station. Now, the only computer in the studio was my little personal organizer, which I used to tap notes on. It was a Scion Series 3C. Otherwise, the songs were played off CD and vinyl, and jingles and ads were played using cartridges. And I can still remember a big red note written on the top of my paper ad log. An enterprising local advertiser had decided to vary their ad copy based on the weather forecast, and the message, written in red by one of the two commercial traffic staff, said, "If rainy, play cart 3705. If dry, play cart 3706. Now, this was pretty unusual, and to be honest, I don't quite remember the ad copy nor the advertiser, but you could imagine how useful dynamic ad copy like this could be. If the weather's going to dip below freezing tonight, then a plumber might want a different ad on air specifically talking about burst pipes, and if it's a sunny day, it's a good time to sell convertibles, and if it's rainy, the gutter cleaning companies could benefit. There's a company called A Million Ads who are taking this one step further for online advertising, and they were recently profiled in a podcast called Earshot, which you should get. It's very good. Their system automatically on the fly mixes and produces an ad for every single individual listener online, using human voices as well. So imagine a Starbucks ad that has in the background a barista shouting your name and your favourite drink. Or an ad for McDonald's that reminds you where your nearest restaurant is. Or an ad for a charity that highlights local organisations who've benefited. Or an ad for a travel agent that knows you've booked a flight but not a hotel. Hey James, if you need a hotel for New York in July, we've got over 4,000 to choose from. Okay, so the last one might be a bit creepy, but that kind of advertising is now technically possible, online at least. But there's a tendency to look at this stuff and think, well, that's cute and all, but of course we can't do that with broadcast radio. And I'm not so sure about that. I think that broadcast radio is capable of this type of personalization as well, perhaps not with personal data, but certainly with other information sources. Ads for money exchanges could be automatically remade as currency values change. Betting companies, of course, could benefit. So could two popular venues with advertising that only runs if they're quieter than usual. Live broadcasting probably doesn't mean running ads that were produced 2 months ago. And given that we're a mass market medium in the way that podcasts dream of, perhaps we stand to gain more from this type of tailored advertising. Perhaps, too, it's a method of managing yield and pricing, and perhaps reducing the amount of ad minutage that we hear on the air. I've got lots of questions about how this could work, but it strikes me that for broadcast radio to discount this type of data-driven advertising, well, that might be a mistake. We might just need to think a little harder about how we can benefit. You can get my weekly newsletter at james.crid.land and daily podcast news at podnews.net. And until next time, keep listening.